Canada just made a move that changes everything. They dropped tariffs on Chinese cars, so while Americans are still fighting dealer markups and market adjustments, Canadians are shopping 700 horsepower for the same money. I'm talking screens bigger than your TV, tech so advanced it makes a Tesla feel old. Same price, better cars, no loyalty games. Today, I'm showing you 5 Chinese cars Canadians can buy right now and Americans can't. These are hypercar specs for Toyota Camry prices. And car number 3, when you see what Canadians are paying for it, you're going to be genuinely angry. Let's talk about what we're missing. Kicking us off at number 5 is the Zeekr 001. Now you might have heard of this car before, but you have not seen the 2026 refresh. This isn't just an update, it's a threat. There's a version of this car called the FR that has 1,265 horsepower. It does 0 to 60 in 2.02 seconds. That is faster than a Model S Plaid. That is faster than your brain can process fear. But here's the part that actually makes me mad. The base model of this car, which still looks this good and has most of this tech, starts at around $37,000 USD in China. $37,000. For that price in the US, you get a Honda CR-V with cloth seats and a CVT transmission that sounds like a vacuum cleaner. I'm already offended, and we haven't even looked at the headlights yet. Look at this face. It doesn't look like a boring egg-shaped EV. It looks like a Porsche Panamera decided to hit the gym and get a facelift from the future. You've got these split vertical LED daytime running lights. They call them the claws. They don't just sit there. They have full animations when you walk up to the car. And notice the grille, or the lack of one. It's completely smooth, but it doesn't look cheap. It has these aggressive active air intakes at the bottom that open and close to cool the battery. It looks expensive. It smells expensive. If you saw this in your rearview mirror, you'd move over. Moving to the side, this is what car nerds call a shooting brake. It's like a wagon, but sexy. It has that low, wide stance that makes it look like it's hugging the ground. Check the wheels. 22-inch forged alloys come standard on the top trims. In the US, you pay $5,000 extra for wheels this nice. But the real party trick? The doors. Bro, these are frameless automatic doors. You don't pull a handle, you press a button, or you just walk up with the key and the door pops open for you like you have an invisible butler. You sit down, press the brake pedal, and the door closes itself. Meanwhile, I'm over here slamming my car door like a caveman. It feels illegal for a car this price to have Rolls-Royce tech. That light bar stretches across the entire rear, and it's not just a solid line. It has texture, it has depth, and if you get the performance model, you get a functional carbon fiber roof spoiler that actually adds downforce. It makes a Tesla Model Y look, well, it makes it look like an appliance. This looks like a weapon. Under the floor, this thing is packing a 95 kilowatt or 100 kilowatt battery, and the specs on the AWD model, 789 horsepower. Let me repeat that, 789. But the horsepower isn't even the craziest part. It's the charging. This car runs on an 800-volt architecture. That means you can charge from 10% to 80% in 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Bro, I spend more time deciding what to order at Starbucks than this car takes to charge. In the US, we're used to sitting at chargers for 40 minutes, watching Netflix and praying the charger doesn't break. This thing is in and out before you can finish a TikTok scroll. It's built with a 720-degree armored body structure. It has a LiDAR sensor mounted right above the windshield. That little bump? Yeah, that's a laser eye. It can see pedestrians and obstacles 600 meters away in pitch-black darkness. It practically refuses for you to crash. Okay, get inside. This is where I officially get depressed about my own car. It is covered in Alcantara and Napa leather, everywhere. There is no cheap scratching plastic. You've got a massive 15-inch OLED screen in the center. But it's not stuck there. It swivels. You can tilt it toward the driver or the passenger. It's powered by a Snapdragon 8295 chip. That is literally more powerful than the laptop I used to edit this video. Look up. The glass roof isn't just glass. It has a starry sky color-changing integration that syncs with the ambient lighting. The Yamaha sound system doesn't just play music, it vibrates the seats. You feel the bass in your back. Speaking of seats, heated, ventilated, and massaging in the front and the back. Yes, the rear passengers get massage seats. I swear, this interior looks more luxurious than cars 3 times the price. It makes you wonder, where is all our money going when we buy cars in the US? And because it's a wagon shape, it's actually practical. You can fold the rear seats flat and fit a 65-inch TV back here, no problem. The trunk is massive. You could fit a week's worth of Costco regrets in here, plus a stroller, and still have room for your ego. So let's wrap this up with the number that hurts the most. In China, the 2026 Zeekr 001 starts around $37,000 USD. The 1200 horsepower FR version is more expensive obviously, but the fact that you can get this chassis, this interior, and 700 plus horsepower for under $40K. If this came to America, they'd charge $90K easily, and that is why I'm jealous. So be honest with me. Would you trade your current car for a Zeekr 001 right now? Or are you still loyal to your brand? Let me know in the comments. But wait, car number 5 is cool, but it still has a rear window. Car number 4? It doesn't. I'm serious, the next car on this list literally deleted the back window and replaced it with high-def cameras. You have to see this to believe it. Coming in at number 4 is the Avatar 12. And yes, you heard me right, it's pronounced Avatar 12, but the name isn't the weird part. Look at the back of this car. Look closely, tell me what's missing. There is no rear window. I'm not saying it's small, I'm not saying it's tinted, I'm saying it is literally just metal. They deleted the back window. In 2026, apparently, looking backward with your own eyes is old school. Instead, you have high-definition cameras streaming everything to a digital rearview mirror inside. It feels like you're driving a solid block of aluminum. It feels like you're driving a bunker. This thing looks like it drove straight off the set of Cyberpunk 2077 and parked in reality. Let's talk about the face. The front of this car is hauntingly smooth. There are no traditional headlights, just these thin, aggressive LED strips that act as daytime running lights. The actual headlights are hidden in the bumper. But the coolest feature? The halo display. Right there, under the windshield, there is a black panel that is actually a customizable LED screen. It can say hello to pedestrians, it can display emojis. Bro, if my car started smiling at people at a crosswalk, I think I'd lose my mind. But here, it's standard. Move to the side profile. It's incredibly sleek. The door handles, hidden. The side mirrors, gone. Replaced by thin little camera stalks. This reduces wind noise and drag, which is great for efficiency. But let's be real, it mostly just makes you look like a time traveler. And those wheels, massive 21-inch rims that look like turbine blades. The car sits low, wide, and menacing. Now the rear. This is the controversial part. Without the glass, the back looks like a spaceship's escape pod. There's a pop-up active spoiler that deploys at speed, and a camera pod that sticks out like a periscope. It looks incredibly cool, I admit that. But imagine explaining this to a police officer. Sorry, officer, I didn't see you. My camera had a smudge. Under the hood, this thing is backed by Huawei tech. It's running a dual-motor setup, pushing 578 horsepower. It hits 0 to 60 in roughly 3.9 seconds. It's not the fastest car in this list, which is crazy to say about a sub-4-second car, but it's plenty fast to scare your passengers. The range is solid too, roughly 430 miles on the CLTC cycle. But the interior, oh man. The interior is where the no rear window thing actually makes sense. Open the door and just look at this dashboard. It has a 35.4-inch 4K panoramic screen ribbon that stretches across the entire width of the car. It's not just a screen, it's a digital horizon. It displays your speed, navigation, and blind spots right in your line of sight. Then you have a floating center screen for everything else. The seats are what they call zero-gravity seats. You press a button, and the seat reclines into a NASA-approved sleeping position with your legs elevated. It's more comfortable than my actual bed. And look up, the glass roof. It doesn't have a sunshade, it's electrochromic. You press a button, and the glass turns opaque instantly to block the sun. It's magic. And the safety? It runs on Huawei's ADS 2.0 system. This car doesn't just rely on GPS maps. It actively scans the road in real time with LiDAR. It can navigate construction zones, dodge pedestrians, and handle complex city traffic without you touching the wheel. It's basically AI on wheels. The price for this spaceship? In China, it starts around 42,000 USD. $42,000. A base Tesla Model 3 is basically that price. This feels like a robbery. You're getting high-concept tech for family sedan money. So, would you drive a car with no rear window? Or is that too sketchy for you? But hold on, Avatar is cool tech. But car number 3. Car number 3 has 1,300 horsepower. It's the most aerodynamic sedan in the world, and it has a suspension system that can literally jump. Prepare your ears, because the next one is loud. Number 3. The Yangwang U7. This isn't a car. This is a land missile. We are talking about 1,300 horsepower. 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. And it has the lowest drag coefficient of any production car in the world. 0.195 CD. That means this thing cuts through the air, cleaner than a bullet. This is BYD, the company your uncle still thinks makes cheap batteries, flexing on the entire planet. Just look at the front. It's menacing. It has the signature Yangwang interstellar headlights, huge C-shaped LEDs that look like they want to eat you. It's wide, it's low, and it's absolutely terrifying in the rearview mirror. Moving to the side, you realize how massive this thing is. It's over 17 feet long. It's bigger than a Tesla Model S. It's reaching into S-Class territory. But see those air channels behind the front wheels? Those aren't fake vents from AutoZone. They're real carbon fiber aerodynamic pass-throughs designed to keep this thing glued to the road when you're pushing triple digits. But the real magic isn't how it looks. It's the E4 platform. Most EVs have 2 motors, maybe 3 if they're fancy. The U7 has 4. 1 independent motor for every single wheel. That means this 17-foot luxury sedan can do a tank turn. Yes, it can spin 360 degrees in one spot. Imagine pulling up to a valet stand and just rotating the car to face the exit before you get out. It's the ultimate flex. And because each wheel is controlled independently, it defies physics. If a tire blows at 75 miles per hour, the computer adjusts the torque on the other 3 wheels instantly, 1,000 times per second, to keep the car driving straight. You wouldn't even spill your coffee. Inside, it's a mixture of a fighter jet and a Bentley. You have vermilion red leather everywhere. The dashboard is a wall of screens, a digital instrument cluster for you, a massive vertical command center in the middle, and a third screen just for the passengers, so they don't get bored while you're warping space-time. And unlike most sports sedans, the back seats aren't an afterthought. It's a strict 4-seater, with a center console that runs all the way to the back. Rear passengers get their own tablets to control the AC, the music, and the massage seats. Now, the price. In China, this thing starts around $90,000 to $100,000 USD. I know, that sounds like a lot, but think about it. A Lucid Air Sapphire is $250,000. A Porsche Taycan Turbo GT is $230,000. This car has more horsepower than both of them, and it costs less than half the price. You're getting hypercar performance for the price of a well-equipped Escalade. That is affordable in the world of billionaires. And it makes me wonder why we're paying double for half the horsepower here in the States. So I have to ask, is 1,300 horsepower too much for a street car? Or is it just enough? But hold on. Avatar is cool tech. But car number 2 costs about the same. But it does something I've never seen in my life. It can literally shake snow off itself like a wet dog. And you can stack a tower of champagne glasses on the hood while driving over speed bumps, and they won't fall. Number 2 is the NIO ET9. And I need you to look at this clip right now. That is a car shaking snow off itself like a wet golden retriever. I know, it looks like a party trick, but this is actually the Skyride intelligent chassis, and it is arguably the most advanced suspension system ever put on a production vehicle. Here is how it works. Each wheel has its own independent hydraulic pump that can adjust height and stiffness in 1 millisecond. That is faster than you can blink. They literally stacked a 4-story tower of champagne glasses on the hood and drove over speed bumps, and not a single drop spilled. Meanwhile, my truck has air suspension, and I still spill my coffee every time I hit a pothole. This isn't just suspension, it is magic carpet technology that keeps the car body perfectly flat no matter what the road is doing beneath you. Rolls-Royce, are you watching? Because I think you just got served. Visually, this thing is what I call a land yacht. It is massive, over 17 feet long. It has these double-dash daytime running lights that make it look like it's squinting at you, judging your credit score. And check the roof. See those 3 little bumps? That's the watchtower sensor layout. It's got high-powered LiDAR and cameras integrated smoothly into the roofline. It doesn't look like a science experiment. It looks like the cockpit of a private jet. But the detail that really made me jealous? The wheel center caps. They are self-leveling, just like a Rolls-Royce. The Neo logo always stays upright while you drive. It's a small thing, but it screams old money, even though this car is brand new. Under the skin, this car runs on a 900-volt system. For context, most EVs in the US are 400 volts. The really good ones are 800 volts. This is 900. That allows it to charge at a peak of 600 kilowatts. Let me translate that for you. You can add 155 miles of range in 5 minutes. Bro, it takes me longer than that just to pump gas if there's a line at Costco. You plug it in, run inside to use the bathroom, wash your hands, and by the time you come back, you have enough charge to drive for another 2 hours. It packs about 700 horsepower, which is plenty to merge onto the highway or launch yourself into orbit if you're late for a meeting. But here's the feature that scares some people. Steer-by-wire. There is no mechanical connection between the steering wheel and the tires. None. It's all digital signals. It's like playing a high-end racing simulator. But because of this, the steering wheel is incredibly precise. You can turn the wheel just a little bit, and the car makes a full U-turn because the ratio adjusts based on your speed. Plus, it has rear-wheel steering that turns up to 8.3 degrees. This 17-foot yacht has a tighter turning radius than a Mini Cooper. You can whip this thing around in a parking lot like it's a go-kart. Inside, they don't call it a cabin. They call it the executive bridge. This is a strict 4-seater. The center console, the executive bridge, runs all the way from the dashboard to the rear seats. The rear seats, this is where the VIP sits. You have a 360-degree tray table that folds out and swivels so you can work, eat, or just look important. The seats recline to 45 degrees. That is basically lying down. And get this, there's a 10-liter fridge that opens electronically. It can keep your champagne at exactly the right temperature while you glide over bumps without spilling it. You don't drive this car to the grocery store. You drive it to sign mergers and acquisitions. So how much for the snow-shaking, fast-charging land yacht? It starts around $112,000 USD. Now, I know $112K is a lot of money, but let's be real. A Maybach S-Class is $200,000 plus. A Rolls-Royce Ghost is $350,000. This car has better suspension than both of them, charges faster, and can literally dance. I hate to admit it, but that is a bargain. So I have to ask, would you trust a car with no steering column? Steer-by-wire? Yes or no? And here we are. Number 1, the Maestro S800. If the other cars on this list were fighters, this is the Emperor. This is the final boss. This is a car that isn't trying to be a better Tesla. It's trying to kill the Rolls-Royce Phantom. It's a joint project between Jack and Huawei, and they didn't build it for speed. They didn't build it for drifting. They built it to terrify the CEOs of Mercedes and Bentley. Just look at the scale of this thing. It's 5.48 meters long. That's nearly 18 feet of metal. It makes a long wheelbase Mercedes S-Class look like a hatchback. This is China telling the world, we don't just do cheap EVs anymore. We run the ultra-luxury game now. Start with the face. The grille, if you can call it that, has these vertical waterfall lines that make it look incredibly regal. But the lights, oh my god, the lights. They call it the Galaxy design. Inside the headlight housing, there are thousands of micro LEDs that shimmer like diamonds. It doesn't look like a standard beam. It looks like you trapped a nebula inside glass. When you unlock the car, it doesn't just blink. It performs a literal light show that mimics the night sky. The paint is a two-tone purple and silver in the launch edition. A classic old money spec that screams billionaire status. And look at the wheels. They brought back the pie plate design. Solid, massive chrome discs. It's a design choice that says, I don't need to see my brake calipers. I just need you to see my wealth. The door handles are completely unique, featuring a starry touch sensor that lights up when your hand gets close. The presence of this car is intimidating. If you see this in your rearview mirror, you don't just move over, you apologize. We're still waiting on the final dyno numbers, but leaks suggest a massive dual-rotor setup pushing the same effortless power as a V12, but with zero noise. But the real weapon here is the Turing platform. This car is essentially a supercomputer on wheels. It's expected to launch with Level 3 autonomous driving, meaning in certain zones, you can legally take your hands off the wheel, sit back, and read a newspaper while the car handles traffic. It has active accident avoidance that can swerve the car faster than a human reaction time. It's a fortress that drives itself. We've only seen glimpses of the cabin, but the rumors are insane. Real silk carpets, not wool, silk. A roof lining that creates a literal starry sky, competing directly with the Rolls-Royce Starlight headliner. But this one is animated. Shooting stars, constellations. It's a planetarium. And because it's powered by Huawei Harmony OS 4.0, your phone and your car are one organism. You can start a video call on your phone, step into the car, and it instantly snaps to the main screen without you pressing a button. The rear seats are expected to be the largest in the industry, with legroom so vast, yo. Forget 2025. The cars I'm about to show you are living in 2035. While Ford and GM are arguing about battery range, China just decided to reinvent the entire concept of the sedan. We are talking about the top 5 most insane Chinese luxury cars coming to market. And bro, I am shook. We have cars on this list that can literally shake snow off themselves, charge faster than your iPhone, and have interiors that look better than my living room. This isn't just a review. This is a glimpse into a future. If you love tech, if you love luxury, and if you love seeing the status quo get absolutely destroyed, stick around. You are not ready for number 1. Number 5. Geely Yinhe E8. I'm going to start this list with a car that genuinely upsets me, not because it's bad, but because of what it offers for the price. Imagine walking into a dealership with $25,000. In the US, that gets you a used Corolla with cloth seats and a check engine light. In China, it gets you the Geely Yinhe E8, a car with a drag coefficient of 0.199. Let me repeat that, 0.199. That is more aerodynamic than a Porsche Taycan, more slippery than a Mercedes EQS, and it costs less than a base model Honda Civic. If that doesn't make you question reality, I don't know what will. Let's look at the front, because this is where the flexing starts. They call this the ripple of light front face, and it's not just marketing. It's a canvas of 158 microlights that can ripple, breathe, and animate like a living organism. It looks like something Tony Stark built in a cave. You've got these sharp tiger eye headlights that cut into the fenders, and the hood has these aggressive muscle lines that channel air perfectly over the roof. Park this next to a Camry, and the Camry looks like it's made of Lego bricks. It's sleek, it's wide, and it looks expensive. Moving to the side, the silhouette is pure fastback coupe. It's got that low-slung, I'm faster than you stance. We're talking frameless doors, obviously, and flush pop-out handles that vanish when you drive. The wheels are massive aero blades designed to cut wind resistance, and the body lines are smooth, unbroken, and fluid. It doesn't look like a sedan. It looks like a drop of liquid metal. And here's the kicker. It's nearly 5 meters long. This isn't a compact car. This is a full-size luxury cruiser that somehow looks sporty enough to hit the track. Around the back, it gets even better. You have this rising sun taillight bar that spans the entire width, filled with intricate LED patterns that look like 3D sculptures. The rear diffuser is aggressive, hinting at the performance underneath, and the trunk lid has this subtle ducktail spoiler integrated right into the metal. It's clean, it's futuristic, and it makes you wonder why our luxury car still looks so boxy and boring. It has a presence that screams $80,000, but the price tag whispers bargaining. Under the skin, the numbers are just disrespectful to the competition. You can get this with a dual-motor setup that pushes 637 horsepower. That launches you from 0 to 60 in roughly 3.4 seconds. Bro, that is supercar territory. It rides on an 800-volt architecture, meaning you can add 110 miles of range in just 5 minutes of charging. 5 minutes. By the time you grab a coffee, the car is ready to cross the state. The range hits up to 413 miles on a charge. It's fast, it's efficient, and it charges faster than my phone. Safety? Oh, it's a tank. It's built on the SEA architecture, the same stuff Volvo uses. You get the full Skyland Pro ADAS suite, which includes LiDAR-supported autonomy, satellite connectivity, yes, actual satellites, enough cameras to film a documentary, blind spot monitoring, collision avoidance, the body structure that's basically a fortress. It feels like the car is actively trying to keep you alive, which is nice, considering how fast it is. But the interior, bro, the interior is where I lost my mind. Open the door, and the first thing you see is a screen. Not a tablet, a screen. It's a 45-inch 8K resolution display that spans the entire dashboard. It's not 3 screens stuck together. It's one massive, seamless piece of glass. It's powered by the Snapdragon 8295 chip, so you can play video games on it in high definition. The steering wheel is this yoke-style or flat-bottomed beauty. The crystal control knob looks like jewelry, and the speakers float like UFOs. It feels like a spaceship cockpit. Is it practical? Surprisingly, yes. You've got a 465-liter trunk that can easily swallow a week's worth of groceries or a couple of suitcases, plus a 53-liter frunk for your charging cables. The rear legroom is massive, thanks to that long wheelbase, so you can fit 3 adults in the back without them hating you. It passes the family test, the Costco test, and the road trip with the boys test with ease. Now, the part that hurts, the price. This car, this 637 horsepower, 8K screen having, 800-volt beast, starts at around $25,000 in China. $25,000. For the price of a Nissan Sentra, they get a spaceship. I'm officially offended. We are getting robbed in blatant daylight, folks. So here is the question. Would you drive this Geely Yinhei E8, or would you stick with a base model Honda Accord for the same money? Let me know in the comments, because I think I know the answer. But don't get too comfortable, because car number 4 is about to make things weird. If you think a 45-inch screen is crazy, wait until you see what IM Motors did with their lights. It's not just a car. It's a rolling billboard that can literally talk to pedestrians. You are not ready for this. Number 4. IM Motors L7. If the last car made you jealous, this next one is going to make you question our entire education system. This is the IM Motors L7, and it has a feature that I didn't even know was legally possible. You know how cars usually just have headlights? Boring, right? Well, the L7 uses a digital light projection system, with 2.6 million pixels. It doesn't just light up the road, it can project a literal movie on the wall in front of you. But it gets crazier. If a pedestrian is trying to cross the street, the car will project a digital crosswalk onto the asphalt to tell them it's safe. It effectively talks to people. My car just honks at them. This thing is living in 3025. From the front, it looks like a predator. They call the design pure, and honestly, it fits. It's got these sharp sigma-shaped daytime running lights that look like lightning bolts frozen in time. The entire front bumper is basically an interactive screen called the ISC system. It can display hearts, thank you messages, or animations to other drivers. Imagine cutting someone off and then having your bumper apologize for you. That is the level of pettiness and tech we are dealing with. The hood is low, sculpted, and leads into a windshield that feels endless. The side profile is just as insulting to American luxury. It's over 5 meters long, but it looks agile because it's got a perfect 50-50 weight distribution. You get massive 20-inch aerodynamic wheels with Brembo brakes hiding behind them, painted in bright colors if you want. The door handles? Flush, obviously. The doors? Frameless and soft close. But look at the roofline. It's this sweeping arch that screams fastback without compromising the sedan elegance. It looks like water flowing over a rock. Smooth, expensive, and intimidating. Around the back, the L7 keeps the party going. The taillight bar isn't just a red strip. It's another interactive display. It can show charging status, animations, or even warnings to the car behind you. The rear diffuser is aggressive, hinting at the performance underneath. And the trunk lid has this subtle ducktail spoiler integrated right into the metal. It's clean. It's futuristic. Now, let's talk engineering, because this is where the IM in IM Motors stands for insane mode. This car wasn't just built by computer geeks. The chassis was tuned by the Williams F1 team. Yes, the Formula One team. It has four-wheel steering, where the rear wheels can turn a massive 12 degrees. That means this 16-foot-long sedan can U-turn tighter than a Mini Cooper. It creates a snake move where it can practically crab walk sideways. Power? You're looking at 670 horsepower, 0 to 60 in just under 3.9 seconds. Bro, that is supercar territory. It's fast, it handles like a go-kart, and it defies physics. Safety is massive here. It's armed with LiDAR pods on the roof that look like little devil horns, a trend in China right now. It has the iMade system, which is basically an AI chauffeur. It processes data so fast that it can predict accidents before you even realize you're in danger. It's constantly scanning, mapping, and thinking. It feels less like driving and more like being escorted by a security team. Inside, oh boy, the dash is dominated by a 39-inch 4K screen that spans the entire width. But here's the trick. If you switch to Super Scenic mode, the entire screen physically lowers into the dashboard to give you a better view of the road, leaving just the essential info visible. You've got wood veneer sourced from the shores of Lake Como, semi-aniline leather that feels like butter, and a 22-speaker sound system with 1,120 watts of power. It's not a car interior, it's a rolling lounge. Comfortable lounge. Is it family-ready? Absolutely. The wheelbase is huge, so the rear seats have limousine-level legroom. The trunk is deep and practical, easily fitting strollers or golf clubs. It's quiet, it's spacious, and the air filtration system scrubs the cabin air so clean, it's probably healthier than the air outside. It's the ultimate family hauler for people who hate boring cars. Now for the price. In China, this masterpiece, with the F1 tuning, the projecting lights, and the disappearing screens, starts around $40,000 to $50,000 US, depending on the trim. For the price of a decently spec'd Ford Explorer, they get this. I'm actually in pain right now. So, would you take the IML7 with its talking lights? Or are you sticking with a BMW 5 Series that costs twice as much? Let me know in the comments. But hold on, if you thought the L7 screen was cool, wait until you see car number 3. The Avatar 12 literally doesn't have a rear window. I'm serious. No glass, just a camera and a screen that wraps around the entire cabin. It's going to melt your brain. Number 3. Avatar 12. You know how concept cars look amazing at auto shows? But then the production version comes out and it looks like a watered-down potato? Well, the Avatar 12 is what happens when the engineers ignore the accountants and just build the concept car. This thing has a feature that I'm pretty sure is illegal in half the world. It has no rear window. None. It's just solid roof all the way back. Instead, you get a high-definition camera feed that shows you more than a piece of glass ever could. It's bold, it's terrifying, and it makes every other car on the road look ancient. Let's talk about the face, because this is where the sci-fi vibes hit hard. They call these C-shaped LED lights, but that doesn't do them justice. They look like glowing fangs dripping down the front fascia. And right between them, on the hood, yes, on the hood, there is a halo screen. It's a black LED panel that can display messages to people outside the car. You can literally text pedestrians from your hood. Nice shoes, get out of the way. The possibilities for pettiness are endless. The front is smooth, grille-less, and terrifyingly clean. It looks less like a car and more like a helmet from a Daft Punk video. From the side, this is a grand coupe on steroids. It's huge, over 5 meters long, but it has this shooting brake silhouette that looks incredibly expensive. You'll notice something missing. Side mirrors, gone. Replaced by razor-thin cameras that feed video to screens inside the doors. The door handles are hidden, the windows are frameless, and the wheels are massive 21-inch alloys that look like turbine blades. The roofline just flows all the way to the tail without breaking. It's a design that makes a Porsche Panamera look a little clunky. I said what I said. The rear is where people get confused. Where is the glass? There isn't any. It's just a smooth painted hatch that integrates an active spoiler. When you hit highway speeds, the spoiler rises up like a robot awakening. The taillights are these impossibly thin red lines that look like lasers cutting through the air. Because there is no rear window, the trunk is massive, and the structural rigidity is insane. It's a design risk that paid off, because this is arguably the best-looking sedan on the planet right now. Power-wise, this is a beast. It's backed by Huawei and CATL, two tech giants, so the specs are serious. The dual-motor version puts out 578 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. It launches from 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. It uses Huawei's Drive 1 system, which is buttery smooth and scary fast. The battery is a 94.5 kilowatt-hour pack that gives you around 430 miles of range, CLTC. And yes, it charges at lightning speeds thanks to an 800-volt architecture. You plug it in, blink, and you're ready to go. Safety? It's basically running a military-grade radar system. It has 3 LiDAR sensors, 1 on the roof, then 2 on the fenders, plus a swarm of cameras and radars. It runs Huawei's ADS 2.0, which can navigate complex city streets without you touching the wheel. It sees obstacles your eyes would miss. It's safer than a bunker. But the interior, bro, this is where I actually got jealous. The dashboard isn't a dashboard. It's a remote halo screen, a 35.4-inch 4K strip that sits far back, right at the base of the windshield. It displays your speed, navigation, and charging info directly in your line of sight, so you never look down. Then, you have a massive 15.6-inch floating center screen for everything else. The steering wheel is a small sporty octagon, almost like a yoke, that feels like a race car controller. The roof is an electrochromic glass canopy. You press a button and it instantly fogs up to block the sun. No physical shade, just magic glass. Seats are zero-gravity chairs inspired by astronauts. They can recline to a position that distributes your weight perfectly, massaging you while you charge. It's not a car seat, it's a spa treatment. The materials are Napa leather and real wood, and the fit and finish puts Tesla to absolute shame. Practicality? Surprisingly good. Because there's no rear window mechanism eating up space, the trunk is deep and wide. There's a front for extra storage. The rear seats have tons of legroom, because the floor is completely flat. You can fit the family, the groceries, and your ego in here with no problem. And now for the price. You'd expect this kind of tech, camera mirrors, halo screens, LiDAR, 580 horsepower, to cost $100,000, maybe $120,000. Nope. In China, The Avatar 12 starts around $41,000 USD. $41,000. That is the price of a decently spec'd Ford Explorer. We are getting scammed, America. We are absolutely getting played. So the question is, would you be brave enough to drive a car with no rear window if it looked this good? Or does that freak you out? But listen, hold on to your seats, because while the Avatar 12 is cool, car number 2 is about to break the internet. It has a suspension system that can literally shake snow off the car like a dog. I'm not making this up. You have to see it to believe it. Number 2, Neo ET9. Okay, stop what you're doing. Remember how I said these cars were advanced? Well, car number 2 just walked into the room and slapped every other luxury sedan in the face. This is the Neo ET9, and it has a feature that sounds like a lie. If you park this car in a snowstorm, you don't scrape the ice off. You press a button, and the car shakes it off, literally. The entire chassis vibrates and wiggles side to side like a wet dog, shaking the snow off the windshield and roof. It's called the Skyride Active Suspension, and when I first saw it, I thought it was CGI. It's not. It's real, and it makes your air suspension look like a horse carriage. Let's talk looks. They call this design the Landjet Silhouette, and it fits. It's not quite a sedan, and not quite an SUV. It's a high-riding, fastback fortress. The front is terrifyingly clean, with those signature double-dash daytime running lights that look like warrior paint. You'll notice the pods on the roof and fenders. Those are 3 separate LiDAR units. Most cars have 1. This thing has 3. It looks like it's constantly scanning for enemies. The wheels are massive, 23-inch forged alloys with floating sensor caps, like a Rolls-Royce, so the Neo logo always stays upright while you're doing 100 miles per hour. From the side, the ET9 is absolutely massive. It's over 5.3 meters long, longer than a Mercedes S-Class, but it hides its size with sleek, active aerodynamics. The door handles are invisible until you approach, and the windows are flush with the pillars. But the real magic is the stance. Because of that hydraulic suspension, it stays perfectly flat. You could drive this over a speed bump with a tower of champagne glasses on the hood, and not a single drop would spill. They actually tested this. It defies physics. It floats over the road like a hovercraft. Around the back, it's pure theater. The active spoiler deploys automatically to keep you planted, and the taillight bar is a single, sharp line of crimson that cuts through the dark. It has a presence that says, "I own the road," but in a quiet, menacing way. It's not shouting for attention, it's demanding respect. Now, let's talk power, because the numbers are stupid. The ET9 runs on China's first full-domain 900V architecture. Not 400, not 800, 900. It supports 5C charging, which means you can add over 155 miles of range in just 5 minutes. It peaks at 600 kilowatt charging speeds. For context, a Tesla Supercharger V3 peaks at 250 kilowatts. This car charges so fast, it practically inhales electricity. Power comes from dual motors pushing 697 horsepower, launching this land yacht from 0 to 60 in around 4 seconds. It's heavy, but it moves like a sprinter. Safety? It's arguably the safest place on Earth. The Aquila 2.0 sensor suite uses 31 different sensors, including those 3 ultra-long-range LiDARs I mentioned. It can see obstacles in pitch-black darkness from hundreds of meters away. It has 4-dimensional millimeter-wave radar that can detect objects through bad weather. If the apocalypse happens, I want to be in this car. But the interior, bro. The interior is not a car cabin. It's a private jet. It's a strict 4-seater, meaning the back isn't a bench. It's 2 first-class airline suites. They call the center console the executive bridge, and it runs the entire length of the car. It has a motorized tray table that folds out for your laptop, a fridge that fits a bottle of champagne, and seats that recline 45 degrees. You get a Sky Island roof design that splits the glass sunroof with a strip of ambient lighting. The rear passengers have their own screens, their own climate zones, and massage functions that probably feel better than human hands. Is it practical? Only if you're a CEO. This isn't for hauling plywood. It's for hauling power players. The trunk is decent, but the focus here is human cargo. If you have kids, they're going to be spoiled rotten. If you have clients, they're going to sign the deal before you even start the car. And the price? You're looking at a car that competes with a $200,000 Mercedes Maybach. But in China, the Neo ET9 starts around 112,000 USD. It's expensive, yes, but for a car that can shake off snow, charge in 5 minutes, and drive itself, it's a steal. Would you buy this over a Mercedes S-Class just to show off the snow shake trick? Because I definitely would.
The snow shake trick? Because I definitely would. But listen carefully, we have reached the end of the line. Car number 1 is the final boss. It's the Maestro S800. It's not just a car, it's being called the Rolls-Royce of China, and the interior materials are so rare they sound made up. You are not prepared for the sheer level of flex coming up next. Number 1, Maestro S800. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it, the final boss. If the other cars on this list were a slap in the face to American luxury, the Maestro S800 is a knockout punch. This car is explicitly designed to kill the Rolls-Royce Ghost and the Mercedes Maybach, but it does something they don't. It offers a starry sky ceiling, yes, the one with thousands of fiber optic lights, except this one is animated with meteor showers. On a Rolls-Royce, that headliner is a $20,000 option. On this car, it's just Tuesday. This is the Maestro S800, and it is arguably the most disrespectful car to ever exist because it offers million-dollar luxury for a fraction of the price. Look at the front, it's massive. They call the design Star Horizon, and the headlights aren't just plastic lenses, they are cut from automotive-grade crystal. They sparkle even when they're off. The grille is this imposing closed-off shield that looks like it belongs on a bank vault. And the paint? It comes in a factory two-tone finish, purple and silver or black and gold, that screams I own the company. It has the presence of a mountain. It's over 5.4 meters long. That is longer than a Cadillac Escalade. Let that sink in. This sedan is longer than our biggest SUVs. From the side, it's pure arrogance. The wheels are these gigantic 21-inch pie plate alloys that are polished to a mirror finish, a direct shot at Maybach. The handles? There aren't any. You don't pull a handle, you press a button, or better yet, the car sees you coming and powers the door open for you. The profile is a fastback, so despite being the size of a yacht, it looks aerodynamic. The chrome trim is thick, the pillars are wide, and the privacy glass is so dark it looks like a black hole. It floats down the road with a level of smoothness that makes a Lincoln Town car feel like a go-kart. The rear is just as intimidating. The taillights use thousands of micro LEDs to create a galaxy effect that ripples when you unlock the car. The trunk lid is high and proud, and the rear bumper is clean. No fake exhaust tips here, just pure electric elegance. It occupies a lane in a way that forces other drivers to move over. It demands right of way just by existing. Under the hood, well, chassis, it's terrifyingly fast for something this big. You can get a tri-motor setup that pushes 852 horsepower. This limousine hits 60 miles per hour in roughly 4.3 seconds. Imagine a building moving that fast. It sits on the tooling platform with an 800-volt architecture, meaning it charges at 6C speeds. That translates to adding 1 kilometer of range every single second you are plugged in. The range? Up to 830 miles if you get the extended range version. You could drive from New York to Chicago on one tank or charge. It's absurd. Safety is handled by Huawei's latest ADS system. It has LiDAR, radar, and cameras that scan 360 degrees. But the coolest trick? Rear wheel steering that turns up to 16 degrees. This massive car can crab walk sideways into a parking spot or make a U-turn tighter than a Honda Civic. It defies physics. But the interior? Bro, I am actually angry looking at this. It's not a car, it's a private jet fuselage. The materials are real silk, open-pore wood that matches across the entire cabin, and crystal buttons. The sound system has 43 speakers, 43, with 2,900 watts of power. It's louder and clearer than an IMAX theater. The rear seats are zero-gravity thrones that recline completely flat. You have a fridge, heated and cooled cup holders, and, get this, a 40-inch projector screen that rises up to separate you from the driver. You can watch a movie in complete privacy while the driver deals with traffic. practicality, it's a limo. The trunk is huge, lined with tufted carpet that's nicer than the rug in my house. You don't put groceries in here, you put Louis Vuitton bags. It's practical in the sense that you could live in it comfortably. Now, the price. A Rolls-Royce Ghost starts at $350,000. A Maybach is $200,000. The Maestro S800 with the crystal lights, the 43 speakers, and the 850 horsepower, it starts around $98,000 to $140,000 USD depending on the spec. It offers 99% of the Rolls-Royce experience for 25% of the price. America, we are officially losing. This is luxury at a price point that feels illegal. So, the final question of the video, would you buy the brand name Rolls-Royce for $400,000, or would you buy this Maestro for $100,000 and keep the other $300,000 in your pocket? I think we all know the smart answer. Alright, that was the top 5 Chinese cars that just made me question everything I thought I knew about automotive luxury. From the snow-shaking Neo ET9 to the 43-speaker cinema that is the Maestro S800, I am genuinely shaken. I need to know where you stand. Which one of these would you actually take home? Drop your pick in the comments. I'm seriously curious if anyone is brave enough to pick the one with no rear window. Smash that like button if your jaw dropped even once during this video. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next insane reveal, and ring that bell because next time we're checking out Chinese SUVs that make the Range Rover look like a toy. Bro, I'm gonna go sit in my car and cry about my plastic buttons. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.